Hi everyone, Raman Hunter here, and today we're going to be talking about the crunches. Now, this is a very common and popular exercise, okay, the crunches. Many people believe that just by doing the crunches, you'll get that six pack, you'll get that eight pack, that four pack, you'll get that flat abdomen that many people want and many people envy so much. And it will give you that wonderful and awesome and amazing physique. Wrong. It won't. Okay, not just the crunches, but the crunches in addition to other exercises. A full body workout is necessary. A full body workout is what is required. And also proper eating and dieting, which is what we had covered in the previous videos. Doing that will help and really give you that physique that you're looking for, not just the crunches. Now, in talking about the crunches in particular though, there's a muscle that is responsible for performing that crunch movement. There's a muscle that's responsible for really showing that 8-pack and that 6-pack. Yes, that's true. And the muscle that I'm talking about is the rectus abdominis. Some people call this the 6-pack muscle, or some people call this the abs, as for short, the rectus abdominis. This is the most superficial muscle, which is why you can see it in some people. It is the most superficial muscle of the anterior abdominal wall, and it is the largest muscle of the anterior abdominal wall. It's a paired muscle, it means two of them. It's a paired muscle that runs vertically up the anterior abdominal wall. It originates from the pubic crest, as you can see here in my model. It originates from the pubic crest as well as the pubis symphysis, okay, in the center here. It runs upward the abdominal wall and is inserted into the costal cartilages, as you can see here, in ribs 5 to 7. The costal cartilages of ribs 5 to 7, and also the xiphoid process in the center, okay? The xiphoid process or the xiphoid process of the sternum. The movement that this muscle performs is trunk flexion. The movement that this muscle performs is trunk flexion. And this is the exact same movement that is being performed when we do the crunch. And this is what we're going to look at next. Let's check it out. Now, there are different positions when performing the crunch. You can perform the crunch in an upright position, in a standing position, or you can do it on your back, right? There are different variations to this exercise. Now, some people will do the crunches on their back with knees fully extended, like this, and hands behind the ears, okay, or hands behind the neck. Now, I would say and I would strongly suggest to bend the knees. Why? What's the difference between having the knees straight as opposed to keeping the knees bent? It disengages the iliopsoas muscle. When the knees are fully extended like this, you engage the iliopsoas, and so you don't get a full isolation of your rectus abdominis, which is what we have been talking about from before. This is the muscle that's the primary movement of, this is the muscle that's primarily involved in doing the crunch, right? But you want to isolate that muscle. You want to get a full and proper activation of that muscle. So bend the knees, that will help to disengage the iliopsoas, and you can get more focus and more emphasis on your rectus abdominis. Now, in performing this exercise, the proper position is to have the hands behind the ears. You can also have the hands by your chest, you can have your hands up here, you can have your hands by the side, you can have your hands out to the side. Anyway, if you're going to put your hands behind your ears, if you're going to put your hands this way, try not to put it behind the neck. Reason being, because many people, when you do it behind the neck, you actually have momentum from your arms, and it actually causes the neck to bend like this, resulting in neck pain for many people, because they keep on bending the neck. They keep on bending the neck in this position with the hands. So you have the hands behind the head. Each time you come up like this, there's momentum from your arms that actually bends the neck. And it's very ineffective, and you don't get that proper effect with the abdominals, okay? But if you want to shut that off, if you want to do the proper technique, keep the hands behind the ears, slightly behind the ears, and you want to keep your gaze fixed ahead of you, okay? So when you go down or you come up, you have the gaze fixed ahead of you. So you're looking at something ahead of you on the ceiling, and that will prevent your head also from moving back and forth and up and down like this while performing the crunch exercise. So you keep your gaze, you have your head flat on the surface, your feet are flat on the surface, knees bent, feet are flat on the surface, your buttock is flat on the surface, your shoulders are flat on the surface, and the opposite way, the head is flat on the surface. So you have your head, your shoulders, your buttock, and your feet. Those are the point positions when you're preparing to do the crunches, all right? So you keep your knees bent, keep your hands behind the ears, not behind the neck, because you want to prevent that momentum from bending the neck. So you have your hands behind the ears, the starting position, and as you come up to do the crunches, make sure that you fix your gaze directly ahead of you, not up above you, but a little bit ahead. So you have your chin tucked in a little bit, you fix the gaze ahead of you, and you put your hands behind the ears. You have your hands behind the ears, and when you come up, you crunch, right? You squeeze the abdominals and you come up just so that the shoulder blades are lifted off of the surface. Just enough for the shoulder blades to be lifted off the surface. And then go back down. Up again and squeeze and back down. Up again and squeeze and back down. Try not to do this. Try not to do this movement in terms of bending the neck. Try to keep your head steady. Tuck your chin in. Keep your eyes fixed at a point in the ceiling and up and back down. Crunch, up, boom, and back down. Come up just enough for the shoulder blades to be lifted or to be cleared from the surface and back down. If this is too hard for you, perhaps you can transition from here. Perhaps you can start with your arms across the chest, or with your hands by your side, or with your hands right here. You can also do it like this as well, just for the fingertips to overshoot the knees and back down. Just for the fingertips to overshoot the knees and back down. Overshoot the knees and then back down. Or you can keep it like here for the hands, like you're reaching towards the heels and back. Reaching towards the heels and back. If you want to progress, then you can continue now with your arms across the chest. It's a progression. It gets harder each time. And then you can continue with your hands behind the ears. Hands behind the ears. Not the head, but the ears. Okay? And then you're going to come up, boom, and then back down. Up, and then back down. This is the proper technique and the proper position of the abdominal crunches.